Y'all, I am having trouble with this stupid camera. Again, it says the orientation is locked, but it's not. So, I'm going to be aggravating it for a minute. Y'all, just close your eyes. Yeah, it's crazy. Just close your eyes. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know why it did that. The orientation is not locked. It's just stupid. So I'll holler back just a second and let you know when I'm straight. Just close your eyes or turn your head. Do something. This is so dumb. I'm still working on it. Yeah, you are on a ride, Michelle, but I am trying to get this crazy thing to orient like it's supposed to, and it's being dumb, and it's not locked. It just keeps saying that the orientation is locked. Just close your eyes, turn your head. We may be doing this sideways. So aggravating. Hang on one more minute. If I can't get it, we'll just do it sideways. Yeah, you know, Willie, I'm always something. I guess we'll end up doing it sideways. So, that's good and aggravating. Now I got to figure out where to put this camera because I had it all set where it needed to be. Y'all, and I have nobody here to help me because poor boy is on his way back home. So, hang on just a minute. Let me find something to prop this thing up on. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing all kinds of junk. Let's see. I'll try to keep it right here by the chat line. Yeah, I don't want to shut down and restart. I don't think that's worth it. Hey, Mark, I'm fighting with my camera. It says the orientation is locked, but it's not. So, we're just going to be doing the sideways screen. Or a narrow screen. Hey, Sunny Preps. She's Gone Country. Willie, Michelle, Karen, Red. How are y'all? Who else am I missing? Thinking of Others. David Morrissey. Thank you. Blue Ridge Homestead. Hey. Julie, Instant Shop. Thank y'all, guys. And there's Mr. Geeky Gardens. Y'all, overlook. I had all this stuff set up just perfect. Hey, honey. You see, I screwed up. My camera's saying the orientation's locked and it's not. So, we are in the portrait mode instead of landscape, which stinks because I like the other way. Y'all, he's on his way back home. He's been at the Roll Tide. He's been in Tuscaloosa. Him and my oldest daughter had a daddy-daughter memory weekend. Memory making. To the right, click at your perfect full screen. Okay. Yeah, you can do that on your laptops and things. You can expand the screen and get it full screen for yourselves. I just can't. There's Wendy. Yes, thank you. Thumbs up. Y'all, I was so nervous about doing this by myself. I broke out the oils. I hit myself with some Stress Away earlier, and while ago some Tranquil. I don't intend to be overexcited. Hey, Pete. Because I was so nervous about doing this by myself. This is my first one by myself. Which is funny. Because y'all know I can yap. Yes, I did. I hit the button on the bottom of the screen. I did everything I was supposed to do. And it was all perfect when I went to go do the face. So, whatever. We're here. And the reason I wanted to go ahead and do a live stream, of course, was to remind y'all about PoorBoy Church tomorrow at 11. Hey, sowing seeds of love. Nope, you're just seeing idiot Anna not being able to get things straight. That's ain't missed a thing. Anyway, PoorBoy Church tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And that's 12 noon Eastern. Willie, if I ate a Little Debbie, I would be sick as a dog. I can't do it. Hey, Francine. Michelle, you probably wouldn't forget, but the rest of us might. Everybody needs a little reminder. All right, Miss Red. Y'all, if y'all have not looked at Miss Red's Kiss My Grass Little Debbie video, y'all need to go on to my playlist for Little Debbie and look at hers. I'm telling you, I almost wet my pants. I got so tickled. And Lee and Teresa's at Stringfield Ridge, theirs was awesome too. He ain't here to slap me, Michelle. He's on the road. I got my Stringfield Ridge t-shirt on. Very nice shirts. She's got some of these that she's going to be selling soon, I think. She's got some of the Heartland Homesteaders t-shirts left, and they're not but $10 plus postage. So, what, $13 maybe? Oh, that Little Debbie is a controversy. It's been going on for months, Francine. It's just silliness. I mean, we were doing a live stream and he was talking about his sugar or sweet things or snacks or something, and I told him he's going to have to end his love affair with Little Debbie. That affair has been going on so long. But he's been good as far as I know. He hasn't talked to her much lately. He may have a stash I don't know about, but as of right now, I think he's been doing pretty good. Hey, Miss Patty. So, that's not to say he's doing, anything real strict. He's just cutting back. Francine, I'm going to plant the carrots. I did put a few seeds out there, but it is so hot here right now, and it's so dry. It's like a dust bowl. They wouldn't make it. So I'm just waiting a little while longer. I've got time. So, Wendy, your husband and Chris Pertuis, Search and Sabrina's husbands are the Ding Dong Kings. Ice cold water, hello. Hey, Allison. She might be hiding in the wood pile. Y'all, if y'all weren't on Stringfield Ridge's live last night, you ought to go back and watch. We cracked up with Lee. He is so funny. We were teasing him about being self-convincing of things. If you tell yourself something long enough, you believe it. He about believes Little Debbie's a homesteader and that she has chickens to get her fresh eggs for her processed cakes. She ain't using no organic eggs. Looks better under blankets. Yeah, that was so cute. That was very creative. That was your marketing mind for sure. Yeah, that lawn mowing's slowing down some, Patty. Usually I mow grass every Wednesday, but I've been able to skip a few days this time. In the greenhouse. That is something that PoorBoy and I are trying to figure out. We are working on the plans for my greenhouse to start the business. And I would love to have a fabulous, fancy greenhouse, but that's not practical. And so, and two, we don't know if that business will thrive here. Um, there is a lady right around, not even a mile from here, that's running a nursery, but she's getting older and she's cutting back. So I feel like now is the time to get into it. So I give myself a couple years to get established at it. And then as she retires, then that gives me room to step in. The only thing is she does flowers, and I don't want to do flowers. Not as of right now. Right now, I just want to do organic plant starts, food, things, things that grow well here in our area. Uh, the country folks here aren't into trying all these new fancy things that we all like to try. You know, we all love Baker Creek and In My Gardener, and they're not into that. So it's going to be the basics. They like the Better Boy tomatoes, celebrities, things like that. Marion's just common stuff, squash and zucchinis. So I'm going to be doing those for them. But now my garden will be my garden, and it'll have a little bit of everything. And so I'm excited about getting all that going and getting things looking presentable, which I mean it's presentable now, but really presentable for the public to come back here and be able to walk through and purchase the plants that they want and let them pick. So yeah, commercial varieties, but grown organically as possible. There are places to get organic seeds for the Better Boys, and they're hybrids, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind growing hybrids. I just don't want to put chemicals on it. And if they want to take it home and put a chemical on it, that's their business. I don't want to be responsible for that. And I don't want to grow the produce and sell the produce. I just want to do the plant starts. Harris Seed Company, I'll have to make myself a note of that. I think I came across that one online earlier. When PoorBoy's not around, I drool over catalogs and online seed companies when I get a chance, which isn't often. Harris Seed, I'm writing this down. Okay. I've been collecting my seeds from plants that produced really well in my garden and mailing them out. Hey, Tasha. Driving but listening. Will you be careful, girlfriend? I kind of wanted to bother you last night, but I knew you needed that peace and quiet. Nah. Y'all, Tasha's my buddy. I've been collecting the seeds, and y'all know Big Bear asked that we get Mountain Life Montana. Let me cover their address. Well, not their address, but their full stuff. Anyway, Mountain Life Montana. And then I had a couple others that wanted those Cherokee tan seeds. So I've been getting envelopes ready to go out for that. I've got some for my stepbrothers, which I gave them Cherokee tan seeds and some other seeds for their birthday. Creative, huh? They're into that stuff though, so I'm glad. I'm glad they like it. Yeah, Living Tradition sells their starts, and so does Jess and some of the others. And last year I gave away almost 450. I didn't want to sell them on my first year because I just wasn't confident in it. But most everybody that got them said that they had real good harvests from them. So, outside tide. Hadn't heard of that one. Yeah, the Cherokee Tan is the rare pumpkin seeds that Deep South gave out. And, man, my vine is massive. I planted 2 seeds in this one particular spot, just direct sow. And one of them took off, and the vine itself is that big around. And I've already pulled 4 pumpkins off of it, and there's 12 more on it right now. So it's uh uh he's distracting me, y'all. He's talking about coming to another game. It's been a bucket list thing for me to do, to go to an Alabama uh, game the week of my birthday, which is Thanksgiving week. They always, that's the Iron Bowl. I want to go to that one year. Tickets are ridiculous, and I can't justify doing that, though. So, anyway, back to saving seeds and the Cherokee tans. The Cherokee tans were given to me from, I got a few at a sweet seed swap at Deep South Gathering last March. And then Wanda did her collaboration, and she sent me some. And so these were out of the ones she sent. I planted 2. The one took off, and I mean, the vine, I kept it on a trellis for a while, but then I decided to just let it go. And it's just going all over the place. It's beautiful. And there's John. Hey, Mountain Life, Montana. We was just talking about you. Let me see if I can show you. This is yours. It'll be coming your way this week. I already got my stamps on there and everything. It's ready. So anyway, I've been saving seeds and getting them ready for those that wanted them. And yeah, oh goody mail. And guess what? There's no tomato seeds in my package. Because Big Bear told me you didn't like tomatoes. Which I wasn't planning on putting tomatoes in there anyway, because I figured everybody else did. So mine's different stuff. What makes organic compost? Organic materials. Yes, today is Wanda's birthday. Francine, that's kind of what happened, because they tell you to overdo just in case you don't have good germination so that you get something. I had 100% germination from Baker Creek seeds and my Gardner seeds and Eden Brothers, I think, or a Patriot seed supply, one of those. Whatever I put in the ground, every one of them sprouted, and I couldn't just cull them out. I couldn't. I just separated them and let them go. So, Francine says no manure in organic compost. Yeah, manure is in there. It just has to be let go cold. Can't be hot manure like chicken manure unless it's sat for over a year. Yeah, John, y'all gonna have to buy some big property so you can have a acre-sized garden. Hey, Georgianne. Let's see. Let me check and see if I missed anybody's questions, because I got sidetracked. Yeah, we get on seeds and I'm gone. That's it. There's Mo Homesteading. Hey, Giggler. Yeah, thinking of others, I had more than 2 seeds. I had 6 from Wanda, and I had 6 from the gathering, but I shared some. That's okay, Wendy. Hey, Reap, what you sew? So I got, hey, Mark. I was just thinking about you early this morning. I was wondering if you was working yourself to death. But anyway, I gave some to Beach Family and No Dough Acres and somebody else that wanted a couple. So we just kind of split them up. And then the rest, I started 2 in the house. And then I started 2 out there. And one on the side of the house over here is going. It's got 1 pumpkin that I pulled off. It's got a couple blossoms, but it's not doing anything compared to the one in the garden. And that's a fertilizer thing. Because I wanted to see what it really needed. I didn't fertilize this one on the side of the house until the first pumpkin was on it, and then I gave it some of the M.I. Gardner Emergency 911 I gave it a shot of that. And so it's doing better. Georgianne, she's looking for 5 to 10 acres to live on when the hubby retires, hopefully in Kentucky or Tennessee. That's good. Yeah, all the cool people coming in, aren't they? Yeah, Mark, I was awake at 2 o'clock this morning. I was like, I wonder if Mark's running a live stream tonight. I did not get on and look, though. Well, Patty, if your vine is big and beautiful, it'll start putting on. Because even though I've already pulled 4 off of it, it is just now going crazy with little pumpkins and blooms, and it's just steady going. That's right, Pete, because the seeds he wants to sow ain't productive. I'm kidding. You might. You might find a lot of good pumpkin seeds and things that you don't have. That'd be very cool. Chris sent me, from Single Dad, sent me some seeds for a pumpkin that gets 800 to 1,500 pounds. I said, I am not planting that in my garden. I wouldn't be able to move it. But we do have a patch of land up at the top of our driveway, which is about 1,000 foot from the house. And I would like to put a bed up there and plant one just to see if it would do. So that would be very cool. Hey, Soggy Bottom. You're sick and it's freezing. Y'all pray for John. He's not feeling good. John, you need to move a little further south, son. It is hot here. It's 90 something, but the heat index, the humidity level is 86% today. Well, don't worry about eating. Just keep yourself hydrated. That's the main thing. You can go without food. Just hydrate. Just sip on something. I got some other prayer requests too, and a praise report. I'll give y'all the praise report first. I don't know if y'all know that Chris at Single Dad's sister, Tammy, her husband, has been in and out of the hospital a lot lately, and he's been very sick. And they thought he had cancer. No cancer. So that was awesome news to get today. And his name is Tony Royals. So if y'all will remember him, he's still sick and in and out of the hospital, but, it's not cancer, so that's huge, because he had a spot on his lung. And also, Miss Vonnie at Grandma's So Happy, Katie's mom, they are helping a single mom and her child where they live. And if I'm not mistaken, this girl was homeless, and they're gathering things to help her, and people are coming together to help her get a place to live. The baby is sick. They were in the emergency room last night. John, you don't need a flu shot, especially if you're sick. But I wouldn't get a flu shot anyway. Just saying. All you're doing is introducing yourself to trouble. You thought your recessed lights was something on your screen. Oh, goodness. Hey, Miss Kathy, how are you? I was thinking about you this morning, too. Wondering how all y'all been. You like the flu shot? You need to really, really read the components. Yeah. Take it from this nurse. You don't need the flu shot. Just wash your hands. And don't keep hand sanitizer on you all the time. God created you to be a little germy. So, what else was I going to talk to y'all about? We talked about the greenhouse a little bit already. Terry and I think he's come up with a pretty good plan. Those carport frames, getting a long one and building from that instead of trying to do all pallets and the corrugated fiberglass that I wanted to use. So that's kind of what we're thinking. Hadn't figured out all the details of it yet. Might use some cattle panels on the sides some which way, not sure. Yeah, there's lots of precautions you can take, but introducing your body to the flu shot is damaging. That's just my opinion. And I saw a question. Oh, do I grow elderberries? I bought some, I didn't buy them. Jen bought them. Some cuttings from Broussard Homestead, and she gave me 2. They're not doing anything. I think that the heat was too much for them. But we found elderberry on our property. So it's not very much, but it's there. So yes and no. It grows wild, and I don't grow it. Tasha. Y'all, she stopped to get a milkshake. Start me a pile of merchandise, yeah. Billboard signs and thoughts. That's awesome. Yeah, you cannot get the flu from the shot. That is true. But you can get some bad chemicals that will suppress your immune system. And if you're already compromised, you don't want that for sure. Just saying. But we can talk about that at another time. Y'all don't want to get me started on the health stuff. I've been a nurse since 92, and I've had to retrain my brain on everything I was ever taught. So I want to get PoorBoy to talk to y'all tomorrow, maybe, when he does his PoorBoy Church, a little bit about his experiences from today. Because he's never been to a Bama game. We've been fans for years. I have, probably since I was a little bitty. I told y'all my uncle and Bear Bryant were buddies. My uncle is deceased now, and to tell you his age, kind of, he played college football at Florida State with Burt Reynolds. So, you know. Yeah, Michelle, he's been in Tuscaloosa with our oldest daughter. And they went to the Bama Southern Miss game. Her boss gave her tickets, and so they went, and Terry's uncle lives in Tuscaloosa, so they got to stay with him last night, and that was fun for them too, because we hadn't seen them in a while. Yeah, Bama and LSU is going to be a game. That is for sure. So instead of saying go Tiger, you need to say roll Tide. We know that ain't happening. I already tried that on y'all. Yeah, Georgianne, I'd be happy in the high 70s. We just can't get there. If the humidity would cut down, it would be bearable even in the 90s. PoorBoy says he needs some more of those Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies seeds. If anybody has any to mail them. Yeah. We've got a couple half-gallon jars of those cream pies vacuum sealed. You're not getting to them, son. Mark says Sarah eats healthy and he eats happy. And Willie says no roll tide but go heels. He's a Tar Heel man. Y'all, Willie sent me pictures this morning. There was a 99-cent sale on Little Debbie's. I said, no, don't do it, Willie, don't do it. Hey, Hodgepodge Garden, how are you? So y'all tell me. Yep, Chad's going to show up because somebody said Little Debbie, that heifer. Y'all tell me what you're putting in your fall gardens. I have, it's too hot here right now. I have a few things out there, but they're struggling. Collards and things, and the cabbages didn't even come up yet. It's just too hot. So I've got some started in the house over here on my trays, and they're ready to go outside, but it's too hot, and the forecast shows no rain for the next 2 weeks, and we've not had any rain in the last 3 weeks, so it's just too dry. And I don't care to water them from the hose, even though I have a filter on it. I don't care to do that. They do better with rainwater and infrequent hose waterings. So I'm just waiting. Patiently waiting. Clicking my hand. Just holding my thumb. No, I'm just waiting. It's hard to wait. Yeah, it's so dry. Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana. Not Texas and Louisiana now. The north parts are, I guess. But they were dry till they got inundated. No, John, you can wake her up, but you don't need no Little Debbie's. Remember, you're sick. That's probably why you're sick. Not really. Indiana's dry and Arkansas's dry. Yeah, Tasha's been having to water her garden every day. I can't see doing that. Everything out there is lush and green still, except for a cucumber vine. And the only reason I've not pulled it yet is because, okay, Terry. There is a melon vine right beside it, and I don't want to disturb the roots on it because it's got 4 melons on it. Yeah, your food plots will do good. You'll be hunting well. So if you get an overloaded deer, you freeze me some and bring it to the gathering. I'll pay you for it. So I need to be canning some. And poor boy, his shoulder won't let him hunt anymore. Minnesota is saturated, hard to get field crops out now. Yeah. Yeah, my cucumber vines look dead. They're still putting some off, but those little cucumber worms are, before I can get out there the next morning, there's already a hole in them. So I'm just throwing them away as they come. If I don't forget them, then they look like a golf ball or something crazy. Orange Little Debbie cakes, so it has vitamin C. Gross. That ain't vitamin C. That's dye. Yeah, some of them are losing their leaves early. Terry's plum tree out there has no leaves on it. I don't know if it's going to survive or not. Hey, Wildberry Cottage, how are you? Your sister lives in West Virginia, and they desperately need rain. Yep. Red, did I tell you that's where my family is from? My dad and my mom were both born near Charleston. And that's where Mom was until 7 years ago. And then my brother moved her to Tennessee, and then 5 years ago, I went and got her when she got sick. Almost time for the Christmas tree Little Debbie cakes. Tasha, you starting up trouble? You wouldn't want Levi eating all them Christmas trees, would you? Hey, Cynthia. Your family's all in Mingo County. Well, I went to junior high in Kanawha County at John Adams. But I came back to live with my dad. My mom did not raise me. But I did go live with her for 2 school seasons for junior high. But she was having to work at night, and it just wasn't a good thing. So I came back to live with my dad again. Yeah, you were hoping for that tropical storm for the rain too. Geeky, I told Terry the same thing. I said, I wish we'd get some rain off of that last one. But we never did. It got real gray here. It thundered, everything. No rain. You could feel the moisture in the air. It was depressing because it didn't come. You grew up in Raleigh County? Well, my grandmother lived in Sissonville, and her and my uncle. And then I still have an uncle that's in Huntington, or right outside. His town is called Culloden, or Hurricane. It's right in that area. Really pretty up there. Or it used to be. Charleston and the surrounding areas, now it looks real junky. People they don't seem to care about their properties or anything up there. Just real junky. Y'all keep remembering Jareth in your prayers too. She's still not feeling well. Hey, Deborah. Yeah, we're almost to that 30 days here too. Upshur and Barber counties. Cool. Sister and parents are in Cole County. My other grandparents had a cabin up on the mountain in Zenith, and then there's other family buried in Loudon. So a lot of West Virginia and my family. My brother was born there too, but now I was born in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I'm the oddball out. Mrs. Green Thumb, how are you? 80 degrees with 80% humidity. With fall allergens, it's hard to do heavy work outside. Yeah, I imagine so. Mrs. Green Thumb, it's doing okay. There's a lot of peppers out there that are thriving. And pumpkins. The Cherokee tan pumpkins. Thank you. She would be okay for tonight. Yep, it's the Cherokee tan pumpkins that came from Deep South Homestead. They're really going nuts out there. Just one vine. There's like 14 on it. Yes, that is some of the canning. Let me see if I can move out of the way so you can see it a little bit. That's some of it. I have some boxes in the utility room. Got to build another shelf. I tried to tell PoorBoy when we built that we needed to build a long one. And he talked me into doing that. Now he's got to build another one. Hodgepodge Garden, if you will send me your address to my email address, I will mail you some Cherokee tan pumpkin seeds. I've got plenty. And getting more and more and more. So, let's see. I'm going to type it in. Hang on, y'all. Okay, there you go. Cynthia, I'm glad that they still had some. That's good. But now I'm gonna be running a ton of them before long. What is the specialness of the Cherokee tans? Okay, first of all, they're very rare. The seeds have been out of circulation for a long time. You've heard of the Cherokee Trail of Tears. Well, the squaws sewed them into their garments, and that was their food source as they were forced to travel the trail. So that they took them with them so that when they got wherever they were being pushed to go, that they would have a food source. And so Wanda and Mr. Danny at Deep South were given some. Their friend Mr. Jack's family had been holding a few of those seeds for a long time. So they got them, they grew them, they started saving the seeds. Now they're trying to get them back into circulation, and that was the reason for the collaboration. They gave them out at a seed swap. There wasn't very many packets there. I got lucky because I was there really early that day and just happened to grab some, and so did Jen. And I think my neighbor. Not sure. I hadn't talked to her in a little while. She's been busy. But anyway, so the collaboration came about. She had a lot of seeds to disperse. The more people across the country that you get growing these things, the quicker we can get them back into circulation. Now even Baker Creek has got in on it, and they're going to grow them and start putting those seeds out. So I'm just excited that I got to be a part of that. And I've already been sharing out the seeds from my very first pumpkin. No Dough Acres in New Mexico got some. Making lemonade from lemons, she's fixing to get some, and she's in North Carolina. And then John at Mountain Life, Montana is going to be getting some, and my brothers here in Mississippi got some, and then this pack is going to Australia to Miss Helen Nelson. Hey, Mark Rob, how are you? Yeah, they're hardy. They've endured this heat here, and like I said, they're just thriving. They're going crazy. And I didn't do a whole lot special. Before I put the seeds in the ground, I had put some blood meal and some bone meal in the ground, and that was it that I can remember. I may have put some. Trying to think. I didn't have any real fertilizers other than that, so probably nothing. When did I start growing them? Back in the spring, early summer. Once the soil temperature got at least 60 degrees is when she sent them out and put them in the ground. Planted seeds. So excited. Carrots, radishes, and I had cabbages planted. All right. Good deal, Miss Deborah. Yeah, it does take a while. I mean, they've been going, and they're really taking off now. Hey, Sabrina, you missed all the conversation already, so no repenting for you today on that. But somebody in this chat line said their husband liked the ding dongs too. Oh, it was Wendy from Hard Knack Farms, Sabrina. No, they're not real big pumpkins. And if y'all can hang on just a second, I'll run over here and grab one. Okay, this is a good size for a Cherokee 10. Some of the other ones are a little smaller, but I've got one out there on the vine now that's a little bit bigger than this one. So this is what they look like, and there are a lot of seeds in there. So if you get seeds and you get some pumpkins, go back and watch Deep South. They show you with JM at the Nut House, they did a segment together on cooking them and saving the seeds. And so Mr. Danny, he, cuts the top off and gets it out and all that and puts the seeds aside in water to let them ferment for a couple days and get all the good coffee. Then he fills it with apples, pecans, cinnamon, whatever kind of sugar they're using, and makes really good. I did that for Mom. I didn't put apples in hers, but I did bake it, and she said it was really good. All right, Todd, be careful. Yeah. There's making lemonade from lemons. And you missed it, girl. Look, this is your envelope. I'm turning around so they don't see your address. This is your envelope, Shayla. It'll be coming at you. I already got the stamps on it. So now you're hungry. But yeah, they're really nice. And I started them on a cattle panel. And then I decided, hey, I'm just going to let them go. Because the garden was empty. I had emptied it out for fall, except for some peppers on the other side. So it's just flourishing and going everywhere. I've got a picture on Instagram of it, but it doesn't do it justice at all. I really need to get out there and film it. Okay, Kathy, just let me know what you want. I've got all kinds of stuff. My collection is insane and getting more insane every day because I can't stop. I'm collecting my own seeds now, so it's massive. All right, it's not like I don't have enough. But it is a food source from now till whenever. Y'all, poor boy, he's not into all this gardening stuff, but he sure likes to eat. And I like canning. I'm addicted to the canning too. So, gardening and canning, that's my things. Overlook, you're putting the email up instead of the Facebook link or the Instagram. But that's okay. I don't know that they would be able to find either one through my email, though, because that one's not associated with Facebook or Instagram, as far as I can remember. It is on Twitter, though. Your eyeballing the shelf. Let me move out of the way. Let y'all see that. I do dehydrate some. Not a whole lot, but I do. Just because I have that prepper tendency. Hey, that ain't no big deal, Mark. Mr. Jack just put it above you. So you can just copy and paste it from there. But yeah, that's one shelf, and then there's another smaller shelf over there catching some overflow, and then there's overflow in the utility room. I need another shelf. Really bad. Normally, Saturdays at 3 p.m. and Central Standard Time. And usually, PoorBoy is with me. That's my husband. His name's Terry. But he has PoorBoy Homestead channel. And on Sunday mornings at 11 Central Standard Time, noon Eastern, he does PoorBoy Ch here on my channel. Eastern Time would be 4 p.m. 3 p.m. Central is 4 p.m. Eastern. So, I am going to get off of here, guys. I'm so glad y'all come hang out with me. It's been almost an hour, and Mom is going to be needing some attention. For those of you that do not know, I take care of my biological mom. She's 80, and she's a total bed patient. And poor boy's dad, he's almost 80, and he is a below-the-knee amputee and kind of feeble. So they are the two-patient crew, and y'all will hear me call them that a lot. Especially at night, I'll say, I've got to get the two-patient crew ready for bed. That usually is for her, diaper changes, medicines, snack, all that stuff that she requires before going to sleep. And now he's not hard as far as getting ready for bed. It's just waiting him out till he tires out. So we will see y'all with PoorBoy tomorrow for PoorBoy Church at 11 Central Standard Time, which is noon Eastern. Yeah, Wildberry Cottage. And Higgs Rock, I didn't even notice you in there. You always hiding and sneaking out. PoorBoy, Higgs Rock sent you a big old hug the other day, and I don't know if I can't remember if I told you or not. Yep. So, come back to Mimsy's Garden channel tomorrow at 11, and let's see what kind of devotion he lays out on us. Yeah, Mrs. Green Thumb, it's great meeting you too. And a little Debbie hug. Okay, Higgs Rock. If you missed your buddy's Stringfield Ridge last night, you need to go back and watch that. That was hilarious. Poor old Lee, man. I was laughing so hard when we got off the live stream. I Marco Polo Teresa and was just wiping my eyes because I had giggled and laughed so hard. It was great. Yeah, you can always watch the replay if you want. I mean, it's not a requirement. I'm just letting you know. In case sometime you're sick or home, or if you know any shut-ins or somebody that doesn't go to church, doesn't want to go to church, but needs encouraged, that's what it's about. It's not about bashing anybody over the head about anything. It's just he does an encouraging devotion. He does all his heavy preaching to me. You know, the ones that's shame on you. That's reserved just for me. I'm glad you do, Higgs Rock. Yes, he is. PoorBoy, they didn't get to see you yet. They'll see you tomorrow. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming. I'm going to get off of here and go take care of her. PoorBoy should be home soon. I hope he ain't too hungry. I have not cooked supper. There's your sign, Terry. All right, hugs to you too. Y'all take care. And I'm out of here. Oh, Ray, here you come in late. Catch us tomorrow on the replay.